Hello everybody, hope y'all are doing good out there today. So I was thinking to myself, it would be neat to make a series of videos where we actually show our knives in use. We have different things we use our knives for every day, and it seems like everybody uses their knives for different things. Where you work, what you do, where you live even. This all affects the kind of knives we use and what we do with our knives. Now, depending what we need to do with our knives every day will often affect the kind of knife we carry. So I thought it would be neat to do an open tag on YouTube where we show one of our favorite knives or multiple of our favorite knives doing tasks that we do regularly. And so this is my submission for this open tag. I will be using two of my favorite tools. The one I'm using right here is the Leatherman Bond. It's one of my favorite Leathermans, hand down. It's the one I carry the most. I think it's optimized for EDC. And I'm just using the can opener on it here to open this can, but I use my Bond all the time. And the can opener on these Leathermans works really good like that. I am making a pork and bean soup in this video here. I have done a video on it beforehand and showed it in more detail, but you'll be able to see all the ingredients and everything in this video. But yeah, I used the Leatherman Bond to open up the can. I used 2 cans of pork and beans. But as for cutting up the vegetables, I'm using my 2021 yellow Delrin case CV, a carbon steel Peanut. The Peanut, it's a smaller knife than a lot of other knives, but it's such a capable knife. And the main clip blade is a really good slicer blade. And y'all can see right here in this video that it doesn't have any trouble at all cutting up carrots, potatoes, onions, and stuff like that. But it just slices right through them, does a real good job. A lot of times we run around with extremely thick blade stock, or maybe an extremely long blade itself. And a lot of times the size of a knife blade hinders its use rather than promotes its use. I mean, just imagine trying to slice a potato with an axe. I mean, it would be hard to do. It would be hard to get nice thin slices with an axe because the axe's blade stock is so thick. Why, that's the same thing that happens with knives sometimes. We take these super thick knives and we try to use them to do these delicate tasks. And whether you're sharpening a pencil, opening a letter, or cutting up some carrots for your soup, thick blade stock oftentimes is a hindrance upon the use of the knife. Now, don't get me wrong, we need the blade stock thick enough to have a good stout blade. But a little pocket knife is not made to cut down trees with. And so we oftentimes need to look at a knife and say, well, this is what I'm going to use it for, so this is a good thickness for the blade stock. That's one thing that I kind of have against Buck Stockmans. Buck has made some good Stockmans over the years. But for the last many years, all of their Stockmans have had super thick blade stock. Like the 301 or the 303, the blade stock is just so thick that to me it hinders the knife for what it is. It's a good thing that the Buck 110 and 112 have thick blade stock. They're lockback knives, they're hard-use knives, it fits them well. But when it comes to a small knife, like a Stockman, I don't like the thick blade stock. I think the thinner blade stock really makes the knife a better slicer. And as you can see in this video, even with these nice big-sized potatoes, these are some that we grew this last year. But yeah, even with these full-size potatoes, the Peanut has no trouble at all with cutting them up. But all of y'all out there, pick a favorite knife. Whatever it is, a knife you like a lot, and then film yourself doing something you use it for a lot. Whether it's opening grain bags, opening letters, cutting cardboard, cooking something like I am right here, sharpening a pencil, whatever it is you use your knife or your multi-tool for, make us a video and showing it in use. Knives are meant to be carried and used. They are primarily tools. Now, Case makes some beautiful knives, and sometimes I think we get to thinking why this knife right here is meant to be looked at. Why, that's true sometimes, but for the most part, knives are tools. They're meant to be used. And I enjoy my knives the most. When I use them, I try not to have a knife that I will not use. Now, I have some other pearl knives that I won't use for some harder tasks. I might only use them when I'm going to church to put them in my vest pocket or something along those lines. But nevertheless, they still have their place and they still get use. And so we've got too much collecting going on without using and enjoying knives. People will often refer back to the old days. They said all the old men like to sit around and talk about knives. But most of the time, these guys weren't just talking about them. They were actually using them and enjoying them. And part of the fun in knife collecting and in the knife hobby is the use of the knife, not just saying you own it, but actually being able to use it and enjoy it. I mean, it's like a guy who buys a four-wheeler and then just looks at it and washes it but never takes it out and rides it, or a man who buys an expensive road bike and talks about it all the time but never goes out and rides it. He's not getting enjoyment out of it that he could be. A road bike's meant to be ridden. Same thing with a four-wheeler. Why, so it is with a knife. A knife is meant to be used. And if we get too busy collecting that we don't enjoy using the knife, why, we're missing the whole point and the enjoyment of it. Now, I understand there's collector series and all this, and you can buy a certain knife and put it back with plans to resell it someday. And if you're doing that for value, I understand not using it, trying to keep it in perfect condition for resale. But if it's a knife you want to get enjoyment out of and you want to enjoy it, you need to use that knife and put some character on it, put some patina on it. Enjoy it. Carry that knife around. So the hashtag we'll use is hashtag I use my knives. Hashtag I use my knives. I've got it on the bottom right of the screen here. All lowercase, no spaces. Hashtag I use my knives. And show us one or more of your favorite knives and show us what you use your knives for. Here you can kind of see the patina that I've developed on this old CV Peanut here. That blue and yellow you're going to notice, from what I can tell, the blue's mainly from the potatoes and the yellow's more from the onions. I don't believe carrots really put a patina on a knife from my experience. The yellow Delrin is such a classic. So, thanks for watching, and remember, keep your knives sharp.